Oh my God, did you just fart? You did just fart. That was so rude. Greetings, Earthlings. Welcome back to my channel, and we are starting our day off perfectly. We're starting our day off right by going to the art store and trying not to spend too much money. Yeah, so let's go. Let's be the dorky YouTuber filming herself in the art store. Yeah. So a goal I've set for myself this year is to get better at drawing and painting people. People have not been a focus of mine, so maybe I'll grab a few books at some point. But also I might already have some books, so let's double check my own bookshelf. Not what I came in here for, but I've been dying to try one of these watercolor pens, and I can't help myself. And of course, I always need a few good brushes because I'm a little rough on them, and these Velvet Touch ones are my absolute favorites. I was absolutely right. I do have a couple like anatomy books. Also, please do not judge my extremely dusty bookshelf here. Look at me, I'm so mobile now because I have a wireless mic. So what I actually went to the art store for was to get some of these watercolor boards. I really prefer using the I really prefer using these stiff boards instead of watercolor paper. They're not as economical, of course, but I like using a lot of water and watercolor, and sometimes it feels like a fight to get them to flatten out at the end. And I'm also working on a commission, so for the commission, I feel like it's more important for it to turn out perfect, you know what I mean? And now there's a dog right under the tripod, causing trouble. Because I'm a horrible, horrible vlogger, I found it very challenging to hold back from opening this right away. I'm just so curious, like, what the brush is like on this thing. They had a couple different brands, but I don't know. I decided to go with this one because it can hold more water. Nice little pointed brush. I might be a little too nervous to use it on this commission here, but we'll try it. Maybe I'll like it. Yay, I'm excited. I've been wanting one of these for so long. All right, internet, I'm gonna be honest. I am filming from this side of my table because the other side of it, where I normally sit, is an absolute disaster. Sometimes after a really big project, I just can't bring myself to clean up 100%. And then when you do that several projects in a row, it just gets messier and messier and messier. But this is okay. This will work for today. I don't even really want to talk about how messy it is in this closet. It's not good. It's not good. I am so excited to do a little bit of watercolor. Every time I do a watercolor painting, it kind of gives me a little bit of confidence. And even if I'm not actually good at it, it's something I really enjoy. It allows me to embrace the chaos.
I'm an agent of chaos.
Just caught myself dipping my paintbrush in my tea when there's the paint cup here, and I'm having a moment of wondering how many times have I dipped it in my tea as I've been drinking it. I'm making some nice progress on this painting, so I want to take a minute to stop and compare that new water brush with my favorite brushes that I picked up a few of. So this is kind of like a mini review video too, you know, you get it all. Let's grab a little extra piece of watercolor paper because I obviously don't want to test it on the painting itself. But if I like the new brush, then maybe I'll make it onto the painting and I'll use it. So yeah, let's try it out. First, let's start with what we know. And I was making some lovely green. And this is like a pretty thick amount of watercolor right here to start. So, you know, a nice brush. Like, I don't think it's anything that reinvents the wheel, and like these aren't incredibly expensive. I feel like these are like $7 or $8 brushes, so like better than like a rando bulk thing of brushes, but nothing insane. So that's like a sampling of what those brushes are. Probably nothing you've never seen before. And for this, I am gonna use the clean water. Just squeeze it out like a little syringe or like eyedropper or whatever. Go in water. I wanted to suck up the water more. Am I like missing something? Oh, I'm doing this wrong. I'm doing this wrong.
You stupid idiot!
So this is definitely meant to screw off, not meant to be a syringe thing. Whoops. That made sense in my mind though. So let me go fill this with water and I will be right back. Oh my gosh. The fun thing, and I just shot out way too much water, but it's like really cool to be able to like add more water as you're going here. I immediately really like this. And it's a decent brush tip too. I couldn't really tell at first because it was like really stuck together. It's a nice brush. I don't think it's quite as nice in terms of fiber as the Velvet Touch ones here, but I am pleasantly surprised. This is so fun. I'm quite pleased with that brush. I'm gonna experiment with it a little bit more, but what a great discovery. I'm happy about that purchase. I'm feeling a little bit tired and, you know, trying to be gentle on myself. So I'm gonna work on the painting a little bit off camera and then hopefully we'll catch up tomorrow and we'll be adding in some really great finishing details. Yeah. I was finally inclined to clean up my room because look what arrived. The desk of my dreams. So awesome. Actually, it's a workbench. It's an adjustable workbench. And it has this really cool manual little hand crank, so you don't even have to worry about plugging it in. It's so great. I can stand, I can sit, I can craft all the ways. This is the most exciting part we've all been waiting for, peeling the tape. I'm very excited. I am a little worried, suspicious, pretty certain there has been some leak over here, but we will see. We will see if I'm correct. Fuck. Oy, noy. So actually the only issue from peeling up the tape was right there, and I think that's my fault from just getting excited to film and peel off the tape and going too quickly. But that little mess up aside, I am overall very happy with how this portrait came out, and I think Teddy Dog will like it too. I think she'll be very impressed and enjoy this likeness of her. So cute. I love doggies. Okay, here we go. I legit feel a little bad about that little rip I just made. I am agonizing over what to do. I'm supposed to send it out in the next couple days, and it was commissioned by a friend of mine and also a long-term patron, and I just hate not sending something perfect out because I'm a perfectionist, right? Right? Or just anxious and weird. Either one is fine. I am who I am, right? But I'm kind of tempted to see if I can find anyone to cut a mat board for me kind of quickly. Normally when I've gotten mat boards made by my local art store, they aren't able to do it right away. So maybe I can call in a favor, or maybe I can go to like one of the big box stores. I don't normally send out my commissions with a mat board because I assume people are going to get them themselves, but I'd love to make it just look a little bit more pristine when it arrives on my friend's doorstep. Let's see what I can do.
Yes, who's calling?
It's Raquel, the blue-haired YouTuber. I have a question for you and maybe a favor for you if it's possible.
Yeah, no, we should be fine. Pretty sure the chick who cuts our mats is upstairs.
Cool, thank you, Holly, I appreciate it. All right, let's go back to the art store where we started and see if they can fix this quick enough for me. Yeah, and this is why you always shop local. Because they helped me out so fast and they gave this to me for free because it was like one they didn't need. So thank you, local art shop. You should go shop local if you can. It's nice and it helps people in your community. And They can solve your problems sometimes, I guess. Yeah, win-win. Win-win-win-win-win.
Oh, Pierce.
That is wonderful.
Look at that sweet baby. Look at that. Lana, look.
So, thank you for coming on this little journey with me. I know this wasn't the most exciting video, but I have a lot of fun things in the works. Just have to trust me. You just have to trust me, okay? If you were ever going to trust me right now. Before we go, I just wanted to share something else. I've decided, kind of in the spirit of shopping local, like we were talking about, I am no longer gonna use any Amazon affiliate links. If you wanna know what I'm using, ask me. I'll tell you what it is and where I got it and maybe where you can get it. In addition to encouraging you to shop local, I'd like to encourage you to check out my new merch. I have changed how I'm getting it made, and I'm really excited because I found this awesome sustainable company that uses paper packaging and the quality's nicer. The garments are all either organic or recycled, and it just makes you feel a little bit better about buying a t-shirt to support your favorite YouTuber. So check it out. I'm super pleased with the new designs. Before I go, I gotta say thank you to my favorite people, my patrons who support me even when I'm not creating the most interesting content. I love you all for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day. I hope that you're happy and you can pet a dog. All right, bye-bye. Man, I was saying something so profound and I wasn't recording, so there's that. How about now? Is the microphone working? Now the microphone working? This camera might be moving and I ain't moving at all. Did I make that joke already earlier? I don't know. I'm not that funny. There's only so many jokes I make. Let's talk again because I'm not quite sure I said everything that I needed to say. You got to make sure you say everything that you need to say.